Hello, and thank you all for attending this service in celebration of Chief Simpson. For those of you who traveled out of town, thank you so much. For those of you who gave without question, and I can't tell you how many people, Tanya, called me up and offered everything. We didn't have to call anybody. People from all over this city who run businesses, who are just regular citizens, called up to offer their support, to offer anything that they could offer to help us with this service. We thank you so much for that. You know, standing up here and thinking of Chief Simpson, my natural instinct as a manager in the police department is to talk about the policies and procedures and those things that he fixed and moved our department forward, because that's the obvious stuff. And without any doubt, our department has moved forward because of those things. But when you look around this room, it's a lot more than that, isn't it? When you look at his beautiful family that he spoke of often, you know that Chief Simpson brought a lot more than just police knowledge to our city. When you look at all these folks who've showed up, this floor holds 1,480-ish people. There's probably 2,000 people sitting here to pay their respects to Floyd Simpson. It says a lot about what he brought to this city. His vision wasn't just police work. His vision was to bring unity to this city, to bring transparency to this city, to bring an openness, a connectedness between the police department and the community, a trust. That's what legitimacy is. It's a trust that the people have in their police department, and that can only be built by someone who is open and responsive, like a man like Chief Simpson. Chief Simpson wasn't shy about meeting folks, was he? He'd walk right up, shake people's hands. You could hardly just go to the parade last week. He held it out for an extra hour, stopping to talk to folks. He wasn't shy about leaning on folks in the community when he needed their support. When we had an event within the police department and he needed the support of the public, of the community, of the business leaders, he'd make his phone calls and he would bring them in and he would talk it through with them. Sometimes it was a jagged pill for us old knuckle draggers in the police department, where we grew up in an era where you don't always share everything with the public. But it worked. Now that's the way we do business. Chief Simpson was ahead of his time, and he changed the way we do business in this town, and he did that by building relationships. You know, when I first met Chief Simpson, I met him on his first day here. I was up on the 5th floor, and I walked into his office, and he was being issued his new Corpus Christi police uniform, and he was putting out one of those new duty belts, the kinds that lock together like this with this intricate thing. It takes a button and a squeeze and a twist to get it apart, and he couldn't get it off. So he starts dancing around his office, and he's trying to get this duty belt off. And like any good commander does, I started to make fun of him. But you know, he didn't get angry. That wasn't in Chief Simpson's nature. And he didn't get embarrassed. That's not in his nature either. Instead, we had a good laugh. He filled up the halls with his laughter like he did every day, many times a day. And we became friends almost instantly. And over the next few months, as we grew to know each other, he decided to promote me to his assistant chief, one of his assistant chiefs. Now, he would tell folks that he promoted me because I had a certain brevity. I would tell them the way things are as I saw them, and I was open and honest. In reality, I think he promoted me because I'm the only guy in the command staff that was shorter than he was. So he didn't fool me now. Chief Simpson was a great leader. He was a wonderful friend, and he was the type of human being that all of us should strive to become. He loved his family so much. He spoke of all of you so much, and I've said this before, that it feels like we know you. Those who are close to Chief Simpson feels like they know most of his family. He bragged of you all the time. You're a large group of overachievers. I know. He also made it a point, because he believed in the family values so much, he made it a point to tell every new officer and every officer that he had a chance to tell to stay close to their family, keep their families first, stay close to their friends that were not police officers. Because by staying grounded in the public, by staying grounded with your family, you'll remember why you chose the profession in the first place. He was wise. He was wise beyond his years. He knew what was important in life. I remember so much about this man that I certainly don't have time to talk about it all. He was such a good person. And you are such a good family. You are so lucky to have the years you've had with Chief Simpson. There's an American author named Richard Bach who once said that a farewell is necessary before we can meet again. And friends are certain to meet again. Now I choose to believe those words. I choose to believe that I will meet Floyd Simpson again. So today, I hope all of us here take the time to say farewell to Floyd Simpson. It's just my hope that we all have the pleasure of meeting this great man again. God bless you. Thank you.